Good morning and welcome to the Mike Show for Monday, July 27, 2026. Did I say good morning or good afternoon? I can't remember. That's how soft my brain is. Let's do it again. Good afternoon and welcome to the Mike Show for Monday, January. July 27, 2026. 72 degrees at 12:36 p.m. and I am your host, Val Kamal, and I'm a sinner. And I'm powerless and my life is unmanageable. I should just give it up. Humility and gratitude are the keys to life. It is always today. It is always now. My life is not my own. My will not be done. There's no reality but God. Gracie's up top. And the only thing we have to do is die. So how are we going to live today? And I hope and pray I can live from my heart a life based on faith and not fear. Initially woke up around 5:45 a.m., somewhere around there. And couldn't fall back to sleep. And I made the mistake of trying to go lay down upstairs for a while, and that didn't work. And anyway, I got out of bed at about 7:15. Oh, Maxie. And we went out and had coffee and wake up time. And Ruthie was a bad girl. I grounded her yesterday, but what did I do? I let her out again, and not only did she take off, but she caught a bird. And I hope it's going to make it. She was working on the tail feathers, and I got it away from her. And anyway, had a pretty busy morning so far, but we're going to jump into yesterday, and I'm really hoping we're going to get a storm. It's looking pretty grim over that way, and the conjurers keep telling us we're going to have an electrical storm. I'll believe it when I see it. It was supposed to storm all last night. It was supposed to storm yesterday afternoon. And as I've said a million times, I'm wrong enough to be a weatherman. I'd probably be good at it. Anyway, yesterday's thumbnail was a shot of our beloved Rascal. And you remember Uncle Raz, don't you, Mackie? You remember Uncle Raz, don't you? And you too, hey else. You remember Uncle Raz, don't ya? She loved her Uncle Raz. Oh boy. And I can't say enough I could talk about Razzie till the day I died. He was such a sweet, good boy. Him and his brother Mischief. And Mischief and Rascal and Stuart and I moved into this home, I believe, on April 4th, 2001. We lost Chiefy on June 23rd, 2007. We lost Razzie on Sweetest Day in 2011, which was very appropriate. And we lost Tui on June 5th, 2016. And they were all just awesome beings. And Chiefy and Tui had this noble, quiet dignity about them, as did Blackie, Uncle Blackie. All cats, I believe, have that dignity to them, but some of them, their personalities, you just don't know that they're here. They don't give you any grief, and they're just wonderful creatures and beings and friends and companions. I don't ever remember really getting upset at Stewie or Blackie or Chiefy or Rez. Yeah, I'll take that back. Blackie and Tui gave me a couple of nights wondering where the hell they were. And sometimes Tui wouldn't be home in the morning when it was time to go to work when I was working at the rehab. But I'd usually have an appointment at the DHS with a client, and that's only a few blocks from here. So I'd just swing back by here before I went to the appointment, let Tui back in, and go to the appointment. Anyway. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Maybe we should take a break. Let's do that. Welcome back. And I don't really mean that. Didn't mean it when I said good morning or good afternoon. Oh boy. So we had a pretty good day yesterday. I'm tired as usual. And I'm struggling to remember what we did. I know I took a bike ride around town in the morning. And later in the day, I biked down to the boat harbor to catch the end of the Brown Trout Festival, which I didn't stay at too long. I still could not believe how few people were there. I did 100 push-ups for exercise, had me an awesome burger for dinner. Can't remember what I made for breakfast. Read to the cats last night, fell asleep watching a movie. Which movie was it? Don't ask, because I can't remember. Something I'd seen before and like. And maybe we'll remember and maybe we won't. On my way back from the boat harbor in the afternoon, I stopped by and saw Jim, who lives a couple blocks from me. He was sitting out on his porch, 92 or 94-year-old gentleman who recently lost his wife. I believe that was in May. And I stopped and had a nice chat with him late in the afternoon. And I am really hard pressed to remember. It seems like we did more than what I mentioned, but doesn't matter. And with that, we're going to take a little break. And we are back again. Here's that Gracie. Gracie! Gracie! Oh, Gracie. What a great girl. What a beautiful girl. Yes, she is. There's Elsie's pink binky on Audie's bed in the living room. She's got a whole nother stack of them out there. So anyway, this morning we've been pretty busy. Look, there's Coke. There's Coke. Oi, Cokey. And there's the bad girl, Ruthie. That's that bad girl. But how could you not love that little face? She knows it. Hate the sin, not the sinner. Oh boy. So yeah, we had coffee and wake up time outside. Oh, the sun's trying to come out. Oh boy, Mecky. Oh, Mecky. Got a kettlebell workout this morning. Went and paid my phone bill. Dropped off a check for city taxes at City Hall. I write extortion on it because that's exactly what it is. And I still love this, the creative ways they find out how to gouge more money out of you. They passed I don't know what you call it. The city council did this where not only do you get to pay your taxes, but there's a 1% charge for administrative fees for the pleasure of paying your taxes. And I can't help wondering, aren't my taxes, aren't our taxes supposed to be paying all that stuff? Anyway. I made some tuna salad. I boiled some eggs to make some egg salad. Did some accounting. Gotta do some vacuuming today. Went to Aldi and picked up a few things. Heard from my niece. I emailed her yesterday and she emailed me back and I emailed her again and then again. Stopped by and saw Des to see if she could get Carly a catnip plant and she said she can. And what else did we do so far today? I'm having tuna salad sandwich for lunch. I had one of them so far. I get this protein bread from Aldi. The slices aren't real big, but they're tasty and lots of protein and fiber in the bread, which is hard to find, the fiber especially. But I'll probably eat the rest of that tuna salad while I'm sitting here after I finish this episode. What else did we do, Max? I don't know. I need to get hold of the guy that called, help me sign up for Medicaid, Medicare, whatever it is, and talk to my financial advisor about protecting my butt from my estate and my heirs from getting screwed by Medicaid once I croak. Because they're devious bastards about it, and you can lose your home and your assets, and it's just so wrong. I mean, I am not enamored about paying and what I'm getting for my dollars at the local, state, or federal level, especially with all the fraud and the rules for thee and not for me among these so-called people that are representative, that are supposed to be representing us. They've got golden parachutes. They make millions from lobbyists and God knows where else, the insider trading, the bribes, who else, I'm sorry, they're just all corrupt. Even the ones that aren't taking it are, they're complicit if they're not doing anything about it and holding their fellow senators and representatives accountable and having them arrested for the things they do or don't do. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It doesn't matter where you work. You know who shows up on time. You know who does the good job. You know who's a drunk. You know who's a druggie. You know who's actually doing their job, wherever you work. It ain't no different in Congress. And they get away with everything. And on top of all the fraud, all the governors of the different states are doing and other elected officials, all the money they're giving away to illegal aliens. And what do we get? The average homeowner and taxpayer, we get nothing but stuck with the bill. And I found out Medicaid is really shady. They literally do end up getting back everything that you've paid in. So they clip you while you're working and paying taxes, and then after you start drawing benefits when you retire, they take them back from you. And God help me, I'm hoping and praying I'm going to be able to make it and croak in my own bed here at home and not have to go to a nursing home. That's the last thing I want to do. And yeah, it's just not fair. It's just not right, but it is what it is, and that's enough of that. But yeah, I'm going to call my Medicaid guy and I'm going to call my financial advisor and see if they can help me out with anything I need to know about protecting my assets while I'm, old and after I'm gone. Anyway, let's take another break. And we are back for our closing segment. We're just going to probably sit here all afternoon. Going to read to the cats, read to myself, try to take a nap, which I know won't happen, but I'll try. Maybe go out to my niece's later if I hear from her. I don't want to step on her toes and crowd her too much. But I can't tell you how good and invigorating and how happy I am she's back, not only for her, but for me and for everyone. This has been a long time coming, and it's going to be hopefully a good time for healing for everyone. And yeah, I'm going to do what I can to be there for her, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, but she's got to do the work herself, and she really does sound like she's working on doing what she needs to do for her, and that's what matters the most. And she had a tough go growing up. We all do, but at one point in our life, we all have issues, that we have happened in our lives, whatever it may be. And at one point, you got to say to yourself, yeah, that wasn't right. Yeah, that wasn't fair. Yeah, that sucked. Yeah, it hurt, whatever. But now what am I going to do about me? And so many people get stuck and let the tragedies of their past control and ruin their future and their now. And I'm guilty of that. Who isn't? But I think she's finally ready to do what she needs to do about her and for her and get her on the proper path. And anyway, I think that's all we got. So from the cold gray ashes and coals of my cold black heart, My broken, beaten, battered, bruised, bloody, burdened, empty, hollow, cracked, shattered, hopeless, forsaken, forlorn, bitter, angry, tired, resentful, twisted, convoluted, confused, grieving, happy, and grateful soul. Piss off. Happy Monday, and thanks for not tuning in.